So one thing that everyone always asks me is, how did you transition from scuba instructor to marketing agency owner, especially on social media? So let's get into it. I actually went to school for marketing, and I worked in marketing well before I was ever in scuba diving. So let's go back to the beginning. I graduated from Texas State University in 2011 with a bachelor's degree in advertising and communication studies. This is sounding like a job interview now. But anyway, I actually worked in the field. I worked at magazines. That was kind of like straight out of college, doing account management and helping with all their ad placements and everything. And that was so much fun as someone who just graduated in Austin, Texas and in Houston, Texas. And then, I don't know, the economy really wasn't doing too good. And so this was about the time when everyone was struggling, kind of like they are now, new grads. And so I ended up kind of working bottle service. I had already been a Bud Light girl and Malibu girl and all of that. And so I had some friends that were doing bottle service, and they were making a lot more money than I was, even with my full-time job. I was in my early 20s, and I thought, you know what? That sounds like more fun and like more money than what I'm making now. So let's do this for a couple of years and just see how it goes. So I went back to Austin, and I was working in bottle service, and I just knew that like I wanted to do more with my life. I didn't feel like it was happening for me in Texas, and I'd always wanted to live abroad. So I started researching around what would be a place that would be safe for a woman my age to go by herself abroad. And I landed on this girl's blog where she basically outlined exactly how to move to Sydney, Australia. And so I just created a plan, and I saved money for about a year to get ready for it. I think everyone thought that I was like not going to actually do it, but when the time came, I actually did it. So I went all the way to Sydney by myself. I sold everything that I owned before I went. And I didn't have a place to stay or a job whenever I got there. So I landed in a hostel in Sydney, and I hit the ground running, and I found a job and a place to live and everything. And interestingly, I started out doing bottle service and bartending there, and then got a marketing job at one of the places I was working at that was right across from the Opera House. So it was really, really cool marketing experience, and actually got me back into my marketing career in a different way than I had been previously. So it's interesting when you kind of leave your comfort zone, how amazing things can happen to you. After that, I ended up leaving Sydney because I wanted to do a little bit more traveling before I came back. I went up to Byron Bay and then to New Zealand, and then I got homesick. And so I ended up coming back to Texas, and that's when I met my now husband. And I got back to Austin. I just thought, like, I feel like I'm in the same situation I was when I left, and I just know that there's more out there for me. To him, after just 3 months of dating, that maybe we should move to an island like Hawaii or Thailand. And he thought that I was totally crazy. He ended up agreeing with me that we could go to Key West because we could bring our cars, and it was still in the US and it wasn't so crazy. So we ended up driving our cars all the way to Key West. There I went back to school for marine environmental technology and got my dive instructor certification. And then I actually started merging marketing with marine conservation and scuba diving, got back into the corporate world by working with Patty and with some other organizations. And then honestly, I just started getting a lot of interest from clients that wanted to work with me. And it just made sense for me to go all in on my agency. In between there, I actually launched an online course business that was in scuba diving during the pandemic. It was actually one of the first online course businesses to offer PADI certifications. They didn't even know that if that was like okay or if that was a thing. And I just called corporate and said, like, can I do this? And they were like, I don't know, why not? So I launched it. That was my first online business. And I think it gave me just like self-confidence to say I can start an agency. I can make money by myself now, and I should keep doing this because it felt better than it had ever felt working full-time for someone else. And then fast forward, I started scaling my agency. So now I'm, head first going and scaling this agency. And honestly, it's very, very fulfilling. I'm finally feeling like from a career standpoint that I'm where I should be and I'm feeling self-fulfilled. And so it's really exciting. I'm really enjoying working with my clients in all different industries and also helping other people in marketing that work for me level up their skills and get in the industry. So it's been really cool. Long story short, that is how I went from scuba instructor to marketing agency owner.